delegation wish to make a statement on this item? I have no request for the floor under this item. At this point, I would like to remind the committee that it had acceded to the request of a petitioner to speak under this agenda item as contained in Aid Memoir 8/25 at its third meeting. In that regard, I now invite Mr. Russell Christopher to take a seat at the petitioner's table and to address the committee. I remind that the time limit for the statement is no more than 4 minutes. Mr. Christopher, you have the floor. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, Chair and committee members. We are the original native and ancestral people of II, the Virgin Islands, being colonized and deprived of the right as a people to self-determine. Self-determination is what any respectable or self-respecting people aspire to be or to do. This was addressed by the United Nations in 1960 with the declarations and created resolutions 1514 and other related resolutions. In 2009, the people of II, the Virgin Islands, pursuing the right to self-determination, elected delegates to a constitutional convention, the self-determination process, producing our own constitution. A constitution that reflects the interest of the people of II, the Virgin Islands, and is in harmony with international law, as recognized in the United Nations Charter, Chapter 11, Resolutions 1514 and 1541, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Accordingly, self-determination is not to be controlled or governed by laws created by the colonizer if self-determination is to be achieved. Ongoing interferences, misinformation, propaganda, the violation of local, national, and international law further interferes with and sabotages the process. Exactly the strategy the colonizer employs to confuse and to protect the colonized status. This is led by the United States Department of Justice, the United States Department of the Interior, and the land-grant University of the Virgin Islands it controls. We are experiencing a declining government-led non-sustainable economy, a government-encouraged neglect of fiduciary obligations, fiscal irresponsibilities, and the theft that benefits and rewards government officials. The colonizer benefits from this colonial status of the II being an extractive resource, controlling our natural resources and our financial resources, and violating its national laws and treaties. In our case, International Treaty Series 629, the treaty between the United States of America and the Kingdom of Denmark, outwardly stealing ancestral land, attempting to deny our native, ancestral, and indigenous land rights, the ethnic cleansing of the people of the Virgin Islands. While the government overseeing agency refers to the colonies as insular. The judicial system of the United States ignores, manipulates its own constitutional laws. It established the Revised Organic Act of 1954, which was given as a territorial law to govern the United States Virgin Islands, violating international law. This fact is verifiable. We are witnessing a rapid degradation of quality of life in II, the Virgin Islands. Our school system has been systematically destroyed for the past 45 years. Schools have shuttered and in disrepair and in deplorable facilities, learning facilities, producing students that are far below the colonizing state's national level. Our students, who are our future, will not be able to compete in a competitive global market. Gun murders and violence are increasing per capita, high in the United Nations ranking. Incidents of premature births, various learning disabilities, and neurological challenges in children, increased rates of learning disabilities. The hospitals and healthcare system have gotten worse and still are almost non-existent. Not having fully functional equipped staffed hospitals due to fiscal irresponsibilities and a culture of theft encouraged by the colonizing state and mismanagement by the local government. Patients are consistently vulnerable to life-threatening situations for non-emergency basic procedures due to lack of fully equipped facilities. They're flowing out to...
I thank Mr. Russell Christopher. I thank you. That means that the committee has thus concluded this stage of its consideration of the item, question of the United States Virgin Islands.